Hello, welcome to this tropical update for the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific. So let's see what might happen. There's Ernesto there, so apparently it regenerated into a hurricane. So let's see what's happening to it. So it's now Hurricane Ernesto, and it will pass very close to Atlantic Canada there, likely very close to the Avalon Peninsula of Newfoundland, and a portion of it might pass over it. I'll show you in the model. So it's now a hurricane, and like will pass there with sort of hurricane strength, but will pass not over, like very close. So there won't be catastrophic impacts, but still some very rough surf and waves there. And even like, for example, on Sunday, this was over 700 miles off the US coast, and it already brought some huge waves to the east coast that caused some problems there. So please be careful with the surf especially. So let's see. The key messages: swells generated by Ernesto will continue to affect coasts of Bermuda, northeastern US, and Atlantic Canada during the day or so. Beachgoers should be aware there's a significant threat of life-threatening rip currents. They should stay out of the water if advised by lifeguards, and even if not advised, I recommend you be careful in the water. Ernesto will likely bring some wind, wave, and rain impacts to portions of the southwestern Newfoundland tonight to Tuesday morning. Breaking waves could possibly cause some coastal flooding and storm surge, particularly the southwest-facing shorelines of Bunning and East Avalon regions. For additional information on impacts, please see the statements issued by the Canadian Hurricane Center. So stay safe there. The tropical storm force wind probabilities in the tip of the peninsula raised some 50% there, even 60. The hurricane force wind probabilities mainly offshore, so no hurricane force winds there, but the 58 knot wind probabilities, like 58 miles per hour, 50 knot wind, probably 5 to 10% probability there. So let's see. The arrival time, those winds might arrive later today by 2 p.m. Some tropical storm force winds, so be careful there. So first, let's see what this will cause to Canada, and then later we'll see the rest of the Atlantic. So let's see. This is the European model. It has most of the wind on the eastern side, so it doesn't have much damaging winds there, but it has like sometimes like 4 kilometers per hour, and even more in a place or two. But 39, let's see, 4 kilometers per hour, so it doesn't have anything crazy. The GFS is also the worst on the eastern side, but might get stronger in southern portions of the Avalon Peninsula for close to 50 kilometer per hour gusts. So be aware there as this passes by. The very big waves and everything. So yes, very big there. So be careful. And let's see the rainfall accumulation. It shows nothing crazy, around 30 millimeters and something there, 20 to 30 millimeters. The European has more scared, around 30 to 40 millimeters, even close to 50 millimeters in the Avalon Peninsula. So just be aware, maybe some coastal flooding from the waves, and maybe low-lying areas. Be careful with the rain, but nothing crazy. There might be some thunderstorms too in other areas of Newfoundland. So be aware. We talked about the thunderstorms in the severe weather video. So let's see for the rest of the Atlantic. There's still nothing cooking in the next 7 days, but there might be later. Let's see if the model shows something. Nothing crazy yet, but the GFS, let's see, has more moisture around Africa, more stuff there, as Ernesto goes away, and it will go away and join with another low pressure in the North Atlantic and bring a lot of impacts to parts of Ireland, the UK, and the Norway. So we talked about that in the severe weather Europe video this morning. So we'll put a link to that in the description. So let's see what might happen. So the GFS still doesn't have anything, or only some bigger waves in Africa, more moisture in the Gulf later, and some fronts, but no major development expected. The European has Ernesto there, and passes very close there to the Avron Peninsula, and then let's see more waves there, more moisture in the Caribbean and US, but nothing crazy, just some other waves about August 29th. Might try to do something later, but let's see, the Canadian has more waves there, more stuff. Let's see, this keeps going, but nothing crazy. But like after August 26th, we might have to watch for something there, but for now, nothing crazy, just some more heavy rain in some spots there. But let's see, there's the Icon, also has Ernesto there, more waves near Africa. It tries to develop a thing or two, but not really makes it. But it really tries to do something with that system near the Cabo Verde by August 27th. So nothing crazy for now, but we'll keep watching for later. Let's see the ensembles, the next 240 hours. This the European, Ernesto goes there. And it has already some members by August 29th showing stuff in the Caribbean. Some members show tropical storm in the northeastern Caribbean, some show tropical depression in the Windward Islands, and some show some other low pressures in the Atlantic trying to form up something. This by August 29th, it shows already some probabilities there, but nothing crazy for now. But we gotta watch this new trend in the Caribbean there. Let's see. The GFS by August 29th, it has everything further east there. The European had already the things in the Caribbean, but the GFS is already a little bit more support than the European for tropical storm, tropical depression. Those greens are like tropical storm and some tropical depression strength in the dark blue. So we gotta keep watching this, because this is August 29th, like the first days of September, something might try to come near the Caribbean if this plays out. So we'll keep watching this, but nothing crazy for now. Let's see, this is the tropical storm probabilities from the European model. There's Ernesto. Then later, by August 24th, nothing. But only by August 29th, a 5% probability appears in the Caribbean of tropical storm. Then the area grows in size by August 30th, exactly the time those ensembles try to show something. And then still by August 30th, some 5% tropical storm probabilities. Then even later, by August 31st, it goes up north, some probability. So this is like only a minor probability, so take this as a gigantic grain of salt, but we'll keep watching it. You never know. This is the tropical, let's see, tropical depression probabilities. So never mind that. That is just a glitch. But let's focus on what's near Africa. So by August 22nd, it shows 100% chance of a tropical depression near the coast of Africa. It's so weird that it keeps showing that at such a high latitude and nothing forms there. It keeps showing, and nothing, and probably nothing will form there, but there's definitely higher support than before. There's now 100% chance there, but it's still very weird. Let's see, but we have to pay attention as this comes further south later, by August 23rd, especially by August 24th, it goes down to 5%, actually to 10 to 20% chance of tropical depression there. And then by August 25th, some interesting stuff happens first. That spot near the Greater Antilles gets a 10 to 20% of tropical depression probabilities. And then still some 3 areas there of probabilities to watch. By August 26th, still a large area of 10 to 20% probabilities. And that area keeps going there in the Greater Antilles. By August 27th, it kind of downgrades a little bit, some 5 to 10%, and still the area in Mexico and the Eastern Pacific. But this area gets larger there by August 27th, some 20 to 30% in the coast of Africa. But by August 28th, still some 20 to 30%, and still in the greater in the main development regions, some 20 to 20% probabilities, and then later this gets to the Caribbean by August 29th, when those ensembles were showing something, gets to 20 to 30% chance of tropical depression, and by August 30th, still some 10 to 20% chance, and a bigger area of 10 to 20% chance than the Atlantic, like the GFS showed there. And then later, it downgrades a little bit, but still some 10 to 20% chance there, and even some 5% chance in the Greater Antilles and the Gulf, some 5% chance. Not the area in Africa there, 10 to 20% chance, and that area is still 20 to 30% chance by August 31st. So, nothing crazy for now, just be aware of regular thunderstorms and daytime heavy rains, but in terms of tropical development, nothing crazy. We will just watch for those signs after August 29th, and even by the 25th or something, if something tries to form the Greater Antilles. But nothing concerning at this point. And between August 19 and 26, the tropical storm probabilities, just there with Ernesto, but the week after, some minor 5% probabilities there in parts of the Atlantic, and the week after, more generous probabilities there. Some new season might try to do something. These tropical storm strike probabilities between, let's see, between September 9th and 16th, it shows some more probabilities there, but that's far out. So we'll keep checking this, but nothing crazy for now. Let's see the rainfall. It shows, let's see, in the next 2 days, it shows more in Guatemala, in Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. More, let's see, a little bit less in El Salvador, but still some areas with rain. Honduras, more northern Honduras, but especially southern Belize and Guatemala shows more than 40 millimeters. Southern Mexico shows more as well, and western Mexico from those afternoon thunderstorms across a good portion of western Mexico might be more. Be aware, might be some gusty thunderstorms there. More in Costa Rica, Panama, might be some more thunderstorms, more rain, especially in some of those southwestern areas there, might be more. And yes, nothing crazy. Panama shows more around some islands there, but nothing crazy as well. Some 18 to 20 millimeters, even 30. So be aware, some thunderstorms, but nothing crazy. A shower or two in San Andres, a thunderstorm or two, and even in Cuba, a thunderstorm or two. More rain in the Bahamas, might be some more storms, and in the lesser and greater Antilles, might be some a storm or two and some showers there. This in the next 2 days, but if I put this to the next 5 days, let's see, shows more around the lesser Antilles next 5 days, 15 to 20 millimeters from showers and thunderstorms. More in the Dominican Republic, especially from afternoon storms there, 20 to 30 millimeters. Puerto Rico, some spots to 17, 20 millimeters, the Virgin Islands. And Central America, it gets more because the accumulation of thunderstorms from all the 5-day period, it gets more there. So more than 50 millimeters throughout Panama the next 5 days. More in Costa Rica. Let's see. Here, sorry. So some spots even to 8 and 70 millimeters there in Costa Rica. Those valleys in southern areas might have a little bit heavier, so be aware. Nicaragua a little bit less in those areas, but more in the the Caribbean coast, more than 60 millimeters, some in the north, some in the Pacific, but let's see, El Salvador, close to 24, 15 millimeters, nothing crazy, but might be a thunderstorm or two, or three, or even more. And in Honduras shows more in the north, some in southern Honduras as well, but especially in the Caribbean there, might be more. But southern Belize and Guatemala gets more than 80 millimeters in southern Belize. And not areas of Belize, more than 60, 70 millimeters. Let's see, 50 millimeters further north into the Yucatan. But be aware in southern Belize, more storms there. In parts of Guatemala, some mountains near the Pacific might get more, and some on the coast, but more in the border with Mexico, more than 70 millimeters. And southern Mexico shows heavier in the next 5 days, more than 90 and 100 millimeters. Parts of southern Mexico around Los Angeles, Estación Juanita, Loma, those areas there, especially like Madamita, 100 millimeters. So be aware. Lluvia más fuerte en esta zona de Mexico. Good, so they can understand. So let's see, western Mexico, more across good partial western Mexico, and up north, maybe a thunderstorm or two there, some showers, but mainly in those areas near the Pacific, heavier, close to 70 millimeters, 60, and for further south across western central Mexico, but more in southern Mexico and western Mexico along the Pacific, some in Mexico City, 28 millimeters, and some areas a little bit heavier. So be aware there. North and eastern Mexico have very little, almost nothing, and Baja Peninsula very little too. So yeah, stay safe. The Bahamas next 5 days shows are more than 50 millimeters, 60 for some thunderstorms and rain there because of the systems from Florida. Let's see, shows more across the southern central Bahamas, but nothing crazy. 16 millimeters, 15 shows more in the Turks and Caicos, some showers, maybe a storm or two, and more thunderstorms in Haiti and the Dominican Republic during the day, and in Cuba too in the afternoon and evening. More storms there. Let's see, a storm or two in Jamaica in the afternoon, maybe some passing showers, but nothing crazy. For the next 5 days, that's kind of little. Some sunny conditions and some storms. Let's see. I already showed you there. So North and South America has a lot in Colombia, on the Pacific too. So please be careful there. More some in Suriname, central Suriname in the next 5 days. Some in Guyana and Venezuela, southern, central, western Venezuela. So yeah. So be aware. Let's see. This like the map, this forecast changes all the time. It's not high resolution, but you can kind of see the Eastern Caribbean. As we go through Tuesday, some showers, a storm or two in the Northeastern Caribbean. Wednesday continues, maybe some more storms there. Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and then the seasons in Florida and some storms in the northwestern Bahamas near the Turks and Caicos. For Friday, some more tropical waves there, a little bit more rain and some storms in some areas, but nothing crazy. Let's see, Central America would have some afternoon thunderstorms like every day. In Mexico, in the Yucatan, more for Nicaragua, Belize, Guatemala, Panama, Costa Rica, many areas there. Northern Honduras more, even El Salvador, southern Honduras, more storms there. But no crazy rain event, but just be careful with the thunderstorms and the rains. So this is mainly it. Let's see here, as the storms in Cuba in the afternoon, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic. So now, let's see, the Eastern Pacific, it's very busy. We have Tropical Storm Gilma that formed there, that new area, and then that's mainly from the Central Pacific. I'll check in a second. So let's see, Tropical Storm Gilma might become quickly Hurricane Gilma, and then, but it will just go out into the Pacific there. Let's see, and there's this new area at 20%, An area of low pressure could form well to the south of the southwestern coast of Mexico by the middle part of next week. Warmer conditions could become conducive for some slow development thereafter moves slowly west-northwestward. So yeah, be aware there. The Central Pacific, there are those two systems there. For this first one, it shows an area of low pressure, okay, well southeast of the Hawaiian Islands. Conditions show signs of becoming better organized. Environmental conditions are expected to become conducive for additional development and tropical depression likely for the next couple of days. The disturbance forecast meander slowly northward during the next few days before accelerating west-northwest to the Central Pacific Basin latter portions of the week. So 70 and 80% chance. We'll keep monitoring this. So if this tries to go to Hawaii, but no big threats for now. There's this area on the Eastern Pacific still, shows 40% chance. So let's see, but it might interact with the system in with 80% chance. So it might get sucked into that system. But anyways, a tropical depression could form within the next few days. So let's see. So this is mainly it. Let's see the models for that region. The Eastern Pacific, it shows, let's see, it shows Tropical Storm Gilma there. This is the icon. It shows the other system soaring there and forming with that other one. And then it shows that other system eventually forming there and both kind of heading northwest and more moisture there later. The European shows the systems there, the other one forming there, and Tropical Storm Gilma, and they both head northwest and the other one trying to form there. Let's see, the GFS, oh my gosh, it has Tropical Storm Gilma getting very strong into a hurricane and the other system forming there, and the other system trying to form back behind it, and more moisture there later. The Canadian has Tropical Storm Gilma. Let's see the other system there, and the other one goes kind of in the same path, and more moisture left later. So yeah, be aware. Central Pacific, there's that system forming there, and there's Hawaii. Let's see, kind of forms. The Canadian has this heading towards like southern Hawaii, and then going out there, and the other systems later. And the European has this system forming there. Let's see, kind of heads northwest, and it goes there and approaches and also goes like to southern Hawaii as well. So Hawaii, gotta watch this. Will probably just be a weak tropical storm or tropical depression, but gotta watch this. And the other system passes just north later. The GFS has that system forming there. It forms, and the GFS is kind of crazy. It actually has a hurricane forming there, passing just north of Hawaii. But that'll be actually good if it avoids Hawaii and goes there. But it might cause some rough surf and some stuff. So let's see. The icon has the system forming there, and kind of affecting southern Hawaii, but passing just to the south and the other system there from the Eastern Pacific. So yeah, we'll keep monitoring this, but just be monitoring this in Hawaii. And let's see, where is it? Here, Eastern Pacific. So it shows most GFS ensembles passes just south of Hawaii, but a member or two passes closer to Hawaii, and one goes just north there. But let's see the European. Most European ensembles go just south of Hawaii, but one or two goes into Hawaii or further north, and that mass of other systems in the Eastern Pacific there. So yeah, be aware, but we'll keep monitoring this and stay safe, but nothing crazy for now. But meanwhile, in the next 5 days, it shows some rain around Hilo there, but nothing crazy, so some 30 millimeters. More rain in some other areas there. some showers, might be a storm or two, but nothing crazy. And let's see, it shows some higher waves in the south, just to the south there, and then you might get some bigger waves by Wednesday and Thursday, as that system comes there. So especially as that system comes, might get some higher waves, depending on where this goes. Because if this goes further south or north, it will be different. But yeah, this is mainly it. Stay safe.